What's going on, guys? I am SimpleSimon, and today's toy unboxing has been a long time coming. Out of all the toys that I have yet to be unboxed, I've probably been sitting on this one the absolute longest. I've had this for so long, but today's the day. I'm finally going to unbox my She Spawn figure from McFarlane Toys. I picked this one up at Pop Toys a while back on the same day that I actually picked up the Spawn and Batman double pack, and I opened that one up ages ago. So yeah, I don't know why it's taking me so long, but I can't wait to open this one up because, as you can see, it's an absolutely amazing looking figure, and I can't wait to get this one out of the box. So let's do this. Just a quick shout out to my minions. Your support is greatly appreciated. Channel membership is now available. To find out more, hit the join button to find out about perks and exclusive videos and content. But always remember, your membership is not required. The best way to support the channel is by liking and commenting on all the videos. Let's do this. Alright, so something I haven't been doing in my toy videos recently is haven't really been having a look at the box, I don't think. Because normally what I do now is I actually unbox the figure for shorts. But this box is actually pretty good, so I want to show this box off. Also, it takes so long to get these things out. McFarlane really need to address this. Like, I couldn't believe how long it took me to get this figure out. Just when I thought I got all the ties off and I was about to pull the figure out, I feel like you're more likely to damage the figure from trying to remove it from McFarlane packaging. That's why they really need to address this, because I thought I was done. I was about to pull the figure out and she wasn't coming out. I feel like I almost broke something. And then I realized there was still 4 tires, not one. I didn't miss one, I missed 4 tires. This is all the tires that I cut off just to get this figure out. Absolutely ridiculous getting McFarlane figures out. All right, so again, we'll have a quick look at the back of the box. Really cool image there. So yeah, this box, very, very nice. Definitely a keeper, even though I keep all my boxes and I never take the stands out. If anyone can answer me this question, can you buy these stands as a separate thing from somewhere, even if it's an off-brand, but as long as they work for McFarlane or whatever, just let me know where I can get some separate stands from, because I always leave them in the box. All right, so we'll quickly take a look at all the accessories. We'll start with her blade, pretty brutal there. Now this is my first Spawn figure from the Spawn line anyway, so obviously I have Spawn, but that's part of the DC Multiverse line. Here's a crazy axe looking thing, a lot of cool detail there. As you can see, it's not all smoothed out, it's kind of rough. Looks good. The first of many of her machine guns she comes with, so that's cool there. Again, a lot of cool detail in that. And then she's got this big ass one here, looks like a sniper rifle maybe. Look at that. That is super cool. Oh, it's not a sniper rifle, it's like a machine gun. Got a magazine there. So that's cool. And then this one here is very cool. So I had to show this one last. It actually comes with, you got the bullet, whatever you call that, bullet belt coming out, but it comes with this chain. And I was like, oh, I was trying to unwrap it thinking maybe that's like a chain to wrap around her, so she, like, you know, around her shoulder, but it's actually just a random chain wrapped around the gun. So I guess for aesthetics, it's pretty cool. And then the figure herself, let's have a look. All right. Just a badass looking character. Now, I don't know a huge amount about She Spawn. I've got a few books, cover buys of She Spawn, just because the covers were so badass. I read a book recently, I think it was the first issue of Scorched, which she's part of this team. I guess it's a Spawn team. But yeah, just aesthetically, she's just a badass looking character. Spawn characters are always great, I always say, as figures, because they just have so much detail on them, and McFarlane go all out on just the detail. So you can see it's all rough there, nothing smooth. It looks really, really good. They've all got spikes and things like that, so super cool. Nice butt there. That's actually one of the best butts I've seen on a figure. And the hair's going to probably be a little bit limiting. Oh, it's quite bendy, the hair. That's interesting. All right, so we'll have a look at the articulation. So it looks down. It's going to be hard, obviously, with the hair. I figure it's going to be limited. That head is a little bit loose. So I don't think this figure really, they would have made with much head movement in mind, because as you can see, it's just a whole lot of hair there. So yeah, that head's not really going much place, but it's very loose on that. Yeah, that's very loose. Alright, so shoulders, T-pose, that's pretty good. Nice. Elbows. Oh, look at that. Oh, the dab. Let's do it. Doing the dab, both arms. Oh, that's nice and smooth. Double jointed elbows, very cool. Oh, I thought there was butterfly joint, but it's not. I don't think there's any butterfly joint there. Look at that. Look at that detail on the shoulder there. That's badass. Now, like the Spawn figure from Multiverse, she's very prickly, so she's a little bit hard to handle. Let's have a look at her ab crunch. Oh, that doesn't really go. Oh, there we go. A little bit, and then back. She goes back pretty well though, because she's got two joints there, as you can see. But yeah, the ab crunch going downwards doesn't really go far, but going back, she's got a bit of a bend back, which is good. And she twists from the top there. But not from the waist. Interesting. I'm surprised they've got this cut here. Like, considering, yeah, she doesn't really bend from the turn from the waist. That's interesting. Let's see her legs. Let's see her splits. Splits, they're okay. They're okay. Ooh, it doesn't kick up that far. It only kicks up about there. Interesting. You can see that kind of stops her legs from going up too far, and her butt pad, I guess, also stops her from going back too far either. So she doesn't get a lot of range on her legs. Let's have a look at her knees. She's got double jointed knees, so they're very good. There you go, very, very good. And the feet. Oh, look at that. Hinge on the toe there, very cool. And she obviously pivots as well. She got heels on, that's very cool. And same with the other foot. So the articulation feels quite nice on this, I must say. Quality wise, it's quite good. The only complaint I would say is that head just feels a little bit loose there, so that's my only complaint. But overall, really, really nice looking figure. Yeah, just so much cool detail on the Spawn characters are the best. As far as action figures go, it's hard to beat the Spawn characters. Oh, I forgot to mention, she comes with one extra hand, which is interesting. Not two, she just comes with the left open hand, which is interesting. I think actually, no, that's not true. I think my Spider-Punk from Marvel Legends only had one spare hand as well, so interesting choice. I gotta say, I'm having a lot of trouble standing her up right now, so I'm gonna stand her up and do maybe some height comparisons, but I'm just struggling right now.
2,000 years later.
Alright, so I'm still trying to stand her up now. Something I just noticed, now I don't know if this is supposed to be like that. I don't know if I just made this happen, but I don't believe it was me. If you look at that heel there, that is the reason she's not standing up. That heel is completely bent in. It feels like it's supposed to be like that. That's really, really bizarre. Because I definitely didn't bend it like that it could stay in that sort of... Yeah, so that's why she's not standing. So I got a figure stand here from my Nightwing figure, which I bought loose, so that's why I've got a stand. So I'm gonna have to use the stand to stand her up. All right, so here she is with some Black Series figures. I always like to use Ned B as an example because he's quite tall for a Black Series figure. And I've also got a Cobb Vanth there who also has some decent height for a Black Series figure, but as you can see, she is based on a 7-inch figure. So let's get some bigger figures out to compare. So here I've got her next to Thanos from SH Figure Arts and my Red Sonja from Executive Replicas / Loose Collectors. Yeah, obviously Thanos, I mean, she's pretty, I mean, she holds her own against Thanos. Thanos is a giant being. So she looks good there. The Red Sonja figure was surprisingly tall because I think it's meant to be based on a 6-inch figure, I think, maybe. But she actually has some decent height on her. Another figure that's actually really hard to stand, that Red Sonja. But, yeah, I mean, She-Spawn looks good in the middle there. But here she is. Now, she actually fell over just before, so if she looked like she shifted during that edit, it's because she fell over. Anyway, this is her with Spawn, DC Multiverse, and Angela, Marvel Legends. Now, that's pretty cool, right? We've got 3 Spawn characters, but they're all part of different. This is Spawn from DC Multiverse, She-Spawn representing Spawn, and we've got Angela from Marvel Legends, because obviously she is a Marvel character now. Angela is very tall for a Marvel Legends figure, which is very cool. I like that. But She-Spawn is that little bit taller, but again, She-Spawn is meant to be based on a 7-inch figure. Now, if you look, I mean, she looks taller than Spawn. That's crazy. One thing about this Spawn figure is, though, that Spawn is probably the easiest figure out of all of my figures to stand because the cape helps him stand up. Probably because of her hair, she actually looks like she's almost taller than Spawn there. I don't know where my measuring tape is, so we're not going to do that. I'm just going to put her in some basic poses and show off, you know, each of her weapons, and then we'll give you an honest review on this figure. Alright, so my honest opinion about this figure, I actually have a lot to say about this one. For those who are new to the channel, I am fairly new still to collecting toys in an unboxing sort of way. Firstly, again, that thing there, that's not supposed to be like that. I don't know if it's just this one off, or maybe there's a bunch of them that are like this, but I don't know. That heel is just completely cooked, so it is basically impossible to stand her up. I mean, even with the figure stand, I had trouble standing her up a lot. That's the first thing that I wasn't really stoked about, I guess, this figure. Another thing I'm learning is, obviously these figures come with weapons, and obviously they're great. Like, I mean, these look fantastic, especially this. I mean, that, like, a lot. The hell? Sarah's playing video games, have you heard that? Like, things like that look sick. Oh my god. Hopefully you didn't hear that screaming, but Sarah's playing Dead by Daylight. The thing I'm learning is that putting the weapons in their hands is difficult. I was so sure that I broke her hand when I was trying to put one of these machine guns in. The second thing is, a lot of them aren't really that practical. Like, I think that looks good right now, her holding that like that. But like, if you like got her, oh, actually that looks pretty good too. What do you reckon? That looks pretty good. Oh, there you go. There goes the figure stand. But things like this, when their hands are here, because they're a figure, it's hard to, this gets in the way. So as cool as the gun looks, it's not really practical for them to hold it, because when they're holding it here, this goes straight into their arm. You can't really maneuver their arms in a way where it tucks under their arm and things like that. So that's just one thing I'm kind of learning, I guess, about action figures. Like this one here, I just couldn't get her to hold it in a way that looked convincing. But look, as far as the aesthetics go, this figure looks great. I actually love this figure, the way it looks, and it's going to look great posed. But as far as just mucking around and playing with it, putting her into you know, cool poses and things, it's just really difficult. Like I said, even with this figure stand, it's just really struggling to stand up, all because of that cooked heel there. You can see that. Look at that. It's just not right. Oh. Yeah, that is just not right. Like, yeah, and I definitely didn't do that. I mean, look, it's like permanently bent. Like, you can't have permanently bent that. So, yeah, I mean, that's a little bit shitty. So that figure stand, I think, is just going to live on the bottom of her foot now. Am I glad I bought it? Yes, it's going to look great on my shelf with my other, next to Spawn, next to Angela. I think that's going to look cool. I've got a lot of comic book covers with She Spawn on it, so I'd like to take some photos with her and the comic book, so that's cool too. But as far as this figure goes, as far as, like, I guess the practicality of this figure, it's just not quite there. For me, it's not the most fun figure for me to muck around with. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Again, if you are new to the channel and you enjoy toys and collectibles, I don't just do toy unboxings, I do vlogs, I do room tours and things like that. So check out the channel. There will be a link to my toys and collectibles playlist in the description below. And until next time, I'm SimpleSimon. Tell your friends and keep it simple.